Today I want to talk about surrender, but probably not in the way most people think about it. Because when many people hear the word surrender, they immediately think giving up, settling, renouncing money, rejecting abundance, not caring anymore, living without desires. And honestly, this was one of my biggest fears too. Because one of the first people I listened to who spoke about surrender had completely renounced material abundance, and he only wanted peace and simplicity. And when I heard that, something inside me resisted immediately, because I didn't want to reject abundance. I didn't want to reject beauty, ease, passion, joy, money, or richness of life. I realized I had this hidden belief that if I truly surrender, life would take everything away from me. That if I stop wanting, stop controlling, and stop manifesting, then I would lose. And that fear itself became part of the experiment. And that fear itself became part of the experiment. I had to sit with it, feel it, observe it, and neutralize it. And slowly I started realizing something very important. True surrender is not really giving up abundance, not giving up your desires. It is giving up resistance to abundance. It is not rejecting life, it is ending the inner war with life. So I want to talk about three things: why surrender works, what surrender actually is, and how to practice it. So first, why surrender? Because most people are trying to create reality from a good girl, good boy identity, surviving identity. Underneath the affirmations, visualizations, and manifestation techniques, there is often fear. And it is also your awareness and is fragmented. When you choose something, your choice is very fragmented, and we talk about it in good girl, good boy identity and abundance. Fear of not having enough, fear of losing, fear of not being supported, fear that life will not provide, fear that if we stop controlling, everything will collapse. So that's why, and because of that fear, the nervous system stays in survival mode. And a person might say, I choose abundance, but emotionally, they are still inside, I must fight for survival. It is not available for me. And survival consciousness always creates struggle, chasing, attachment, control, and resistance. And many of these patterns begin in childhood, because the child learns, and I'm now talking about, because my specialization is highly sensitive people who are trapped in good girl, good boy identity. So the child learns nothing is naturally given to me. I must earn love. I must earn safety. I must struggle. I cannot relax. I must control outcomes. And I'm talking about also children who experience trauma, struggle, lack, while children experiencing narcissistic or psychopathic parents, experiencing parents who were addicted and therefore they didn't have for necessities, or parents who would abuse children or were not ready for children emotionally. So that child would associate the parent with the universe, with God, with life itself. And then you create, the beliefs are created like, I must earn it myself. Nothing is naturally given to me. I must struggle. I cannot relax. I must control outcomes. So later manifestation becomes another form of survival, and the wounded identity tries to force reality to finally feel safe. But underneath all the techniques, there is still emotional identity I don't have. And this is why many sensitive, spiritual people are trying to be good, they stay stuck. Because the part trying to manifest abundance is often very part terrified of lack. So surrender becomes powerful because it interrupts the entire cycle. It's the fastest way to actually bring all that you desire. Not through the force, not through positive thinking, not through affirmations, not through pretending everything is okay. But finally becoming present enough to feel what you were avoiding. And second, what is surrender? Surrender is not passivity. It is not laziness. It is not giving up on dreams. It is not rejecting money or abundance. It is not pretending you no longer care about life. Surrender is actually very active because surrender requires awareness. It requires honesty. It requires emotional presence. It requires noticing what you are thinking. And noticing whether you are in peace or not, whether you are in fear or not, whether you are in control or not. And if fear appears, surrender means sitting or lying down with it consciously instead of escaping it. So feeling fully feeling it till it is neutral, but we go into it, how to do it. So it is not suppressing it, it is not distracting from it, it is not manifesting over it. Just observing it, feeling it, allowing it, neutralizing it through presence. And there is another very important part of surrender that I think many people misunderstand. Surrender also means letting go of psychological wanting. It's really stop wanting abundance, stop wanting money, stop wanting good health, stop wanting good partner or love. It's not natural preference. Not joy, not natural preferences, not joy, not aspiration, not beauty desires. No desire. The ego itself is not bad, but the human self has uniqueness, preferences, things it genuinely wants to experience, and the higher self already knows those desires. So your spirit, God within, already knows your desires. You don't need to express it, you don't need to say it, you don't need to persuade your higher self or God within. A life already knows. And the deeper consciousness already understands what the human heart loves. And the God within, spirit, always follows the ego desire. So, and those ego desires are sacred because they are unique to you, there are unique preferences, and your spirit always listens to it, always says yes to it. But the only part who is blocking the same desires is really that surviving identity, ego itself as well. It wants, but it also blocks. So the problem is not desire itself. The problem is living psychologically trapped in the identity. I need something in order to finally feel complete. Because this is what actually happens in manifestation. A person notices, I don't have enough money, I don't have love, I don't have freedom, I don't have health, and immediately there is emotional pain around not having it. And rather than you releasing that pain and feeling it, you're trying to escape it and manifest over it. So then the mind says, okay, now I need to manifest it. So the person enters techniques, visualization, affirmations, trying to track, trying to fix reality. But underneath all of it, there are still emotionally living inside. I'm someone who doesn't have it. There is that emotional pain which needs to be felt in order to be released and letting go. So the nervous system remains in longing, in lack, chasing, emotional hunger. And this surrender experiment interrupts the entire structure, entire inner resistance. Because instead of focusing on what I want, what do I need to manifest, the focus becomes only this. Can I remain in inner peace? So the main focus is inner peace, inner peace, inner peace, inner peace, inner peace, nothing else. And actually, if you stay during the day and during the week in inner peace, it's enough. Because inner peace will manifest all your desires. Inner peace meaning money. Inner peace meaning is the same as abundance. Inner peace is love. Inner peace is source energy. Inner peace is fullness of life. Inner peace is love. Inner peace is perfect health. So it is inner peace you need to concentrate on only. And this is where surrender becomes very confronting, and it's actually it's inner work. It's about letting go of all that fear, all that fighting, all those limitations, and thinking that you can't have it. There is emotional charge beyond that, behind it, and you need to sit with it and feel it and neutralize it. That's all. So in each moment of your day during that experiment, it's not wanting you concentrate on, but an inner peace and letting go all emotional charges of fear. So because when we stop psychologically wanting, it can feel terrifying. It can feel like, if I stop wanting, I will never receive. And you want to feel that fear. If I stop chasing, life will forget me. And you want to feel that fear, because then you neutralize it. If I stop controlling, nothing will happen. And you want to feel that fear. If I let go, I will lose abundance. And you want to feel that fear. And that fear is important, because it reveals how deeply the identity depended on control in order to feel safe. The wounded part believes, if I stop reaching, I will become empty, and you also want to feel that fear. But something very different begins to appear in presence. When I say I'm here, there is another meditation, releasing fear, and it will help you go through that process. At the moment, I'm trying to give you as much information as possible so you understand why to do it. So when I say I'm here, and I stop trying to become something for a moment, stop trying to get somewhere, stop trying to force reality, there is already a subtle fullness there. Or not. If there is a fear, you want to feel it, but when you neutralize it, there is that subtle fullness there, fullness of life. There is that inner peace, abundance, fullness of life, fullness itself. And you want to feel that. A quiet sense of existence itself. Not emotional excitement, not fantasy, not positivity, just fullness. And that fullness, it's meaning it's your inner peace feeling. It contains abundance, it contains love, it contains richness, it contains peace. Not as craving, but as not as emotional starvation, but as wholeness. So in that experiment becomes, can I stay with that fullness instead of constantly leaving it to chase something else? And when you'll be able to stay with that fullness for a week, without chasing anything else, you will see the life start shift for yourself. So can inner peace itself become enough for this moment? Not because abundance is rejected, but because I no longer want to live psychologically trapped inside lack. And slowly something starts changing. I stop identifying with the survival identity and the servant identity and the struggling identity, constantly trying to earn, deserve existence. And something else begins emerging, a feeling of I am taken care of. You will see it. You will see it for yourself. I am safe. I am already part of life. I do not need to fight existence. I don't need to do anything else other than follow my passion and joy and do what I just feel at that moment. Nothing else. I am not separate from the source of life. I am queen. I am king. I have been taken care of. I am the main character of my life. The life is serving me. Life is serving me. Universe is serving me. Everything is serving me. Almost like remembering inner royalty. Not superiority over others, but remembering I am. And finally, how do we practice surrender? It's very simple. Throughout the day, you return to presence again and again. And you check whether you are in a peace or in the fear or struggling or surviving or lack. And you not to force peace, but to notice what disturbs peace. So you go into the neutrality and you observe and you feel it till it neutralizes itself. And you do it whenever fear appears, whenever urgency appears, whenever control appears, whenever scarcity appears, whenever I need that, I want that appears. Whenever that appears, you stop, you sit down or lie down, and you breathe. You connect with your heart. You stop thinking. You connect with I am here, that awareness. And you start observing everything else. You allow the fear go through your body. You breathe very, very slowly. And you relax your body. And you start observing it from neutrality. And that's all. And instead of trying to fix the feeling, you consciously feel it. You observe the thoughts. You observe the sensations in the body. You allow the discomfort without running away. And that's the main point. You allow the discomfort without running away. Especially when the feelings arrive, I don't have, I am unsafe, I will lose, I must control, I will never receive. Especially then, those feelings, you want to allow it without running away. Because these are usually old survival patterns surfacing. And you want to feel it and release it. You want to be triggered. Because you want everything comes to the surface. And when you observe it in neutrality, you allow it to feel it, you don't run away, it just disappears. It just neutralizes itself. It comes to the coherence. You are that's the letting go. And the goal is not to mentally solve it, because you are not mentally solving it, you are not judging it, you are not thinking about it, there is no thinking process involved. The goal is to let awareness neutralize it through presence again and again. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, several minutes, several times a day, until slowly the nervous system starts learning something new. It is safe to be in this moment. I am safe in this moment. It is safe to let go. It is safe to stop fighting. It is safe to stop controlling it. It is safe to simply be. And then something beautiful starts happening naturally. Desperation softens, chasing softens, inner conflict softens, action becomes clearer, but the action becomes like following your passion and joy. Desires become clearer, life starts flowing more naturally, not because reality was forced, but because resistance dissolved. And maybe true abundance was never about endless wanting. Maybe true abundance is the fullness already present underneath fear. A quiet richness of being itself. And maybe that presence is what we were truly searching for the whole time. But try that experiment and see for yourself, because you are queen and king and life will serve you. You just need to get out of your way, and this is the fastest way how to get out of your way.